Last year, the Rams were one of 4 teams to beat the Bucs during Tampa Bay's championship season. LA now looks to challenge the throne. Next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football. And Stadium. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. We get a peek at Tom Brady as he brings out this Tampa Bay offense. And Tom Brady in his 22nd season overall and his second in Tampa Bay.
I guess we're going to have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week.
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved? Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week. 24 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on it. 2
runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Brady. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. This defense for the Rams very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 85.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
Not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him. And he records the sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
And Chris Godwin, one of those great unselfish players. Remember, he gave up his uniform number to Tom Brady when he got to town. And he's kind of known as the 1B to Mike Evans 1A in this Tampa Bay pecking order among receivers. He makes a nice catch there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Fournette, a first down carry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Brady. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Brady again. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
The coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, and they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
He did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Called a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are on the board first on the road here in L.A. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And on that first drive, we'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Let's go.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
53, 22.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford. And he lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shift. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Play action. Stafford. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And this one is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 18. From the red zone now, Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
On the give, this is Akers. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Stafford. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Gay's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
A handoff. Fournette running left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football up a triple option, you've actually called that play.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the play. And the Buccaneers first down.
Now Leonard Fournette. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the draw, this is Fournette. And some nice running, going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams 39. The Bucs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Fournette running out of the gun. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. Oh, fighting off the defender. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run with Fournette. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Get ready.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
The carry on 1st down by Fournette is going to wind up losing yardage as he stopped for a loss of a couple.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now he'll throw with Brady. Going for it all. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Scotty Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down in bounds for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work on it? Maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day. I remember one of my favorite kids shows growing up. I don't know that I want to name it, but guys like Lynn Swan, they used to be on there showing their ballet skills.
And you have to remember when they were kids, classes, you know they were fighting them like crazy, but right now they're saying, thanks, Mom.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Cam Akers and the Rams are to go back to work. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
And a good grab there by Cooper Kupp. Picks up a first down for the Rams. Last 2 years, one of the best route runners, one of the most precise route runners in the NFL. He's really going to help his new quarterback, Matthew Stafford.
On first down, it's Stafford. Caught left side, it's Beckham. 7 yards to pick up there.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the 39, Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss on the play, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 12. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing again is Stafford. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play. Brady to Gronkowski. 42 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Brady. That's complete to his running back, Evans. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard catch.
That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Brady to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs would extend their lead here just before halftime. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point try now for Succop. And it's 21-3. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. Sam Darnold leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we get up to the Rocky Mountains to check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Melvin Gordon has a touchdown there. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Matt Ryan, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Rams, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 2.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the first. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all, because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he made him buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. 96 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. It's complete, it's Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And Scotty Miller, nicknamed the Scooter by Tom Brady. Small in stature, a late-round pick, but he has an excellent knack for getting open and a lot faster than what people know. He's hoping to become the next Julian Edelman for TB12.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he finds Howard complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Jalen Ramsey running down. A gain of 3 on the play. First down.
Here's Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 2nd down at 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's Brady to throw. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. 6 yards left on second down. And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Brady to throw on second down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And it's third down.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Brady now to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Suckup will put this one right through. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24.
We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long...
The 15, it's first and... Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
To throw, it's Brady. Open man left side is Gronkowski. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
He's moving at 6. First down, Buccaneers.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Jordan Fuller there to take him down. Still 9 remaining on second down.
Brings up second and 9.
Here's Brady. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a third down.
7 yards. And it's third down.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with the 1st and 10. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Incomplete. It leads to second and 10.
To throw again on second down. Stafford looks for Beckham again. This time he finds him.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good.
They'll first down with Akers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He was brought down by Jason McCourty. A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 43-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And just a yard to go here on second down. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Rams on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Stafford on first down. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Bucs 21-yard line.
Throwing again is Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Vita Vea picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Now Stafford. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? What do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter. You're going. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Odell Beckham, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way. So it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 28, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Throwing again on second down. Stafford, that's out to the flat for Akers. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A shotgun snap for Stafford. We'll dump this off to Akers. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Not much there, only a yard. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. To the air again, Stafford. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Ndamukong Suh coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Brady. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. And the Buccaneers.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost him. We could have a great finish.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets him back within a field goal. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So out come the Bucs now. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Now Brady to try again after the pick six. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 31, Brady. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
That's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. A few better down a score in the fourth quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A few better down a score in the fourth quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, I want the free safety coming up and making the big-time play.
From the gun, it's Brady. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, They've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Tampa Bay defense coming back out now. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That's what I'm talking about.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field.
Stafford now to throw. Into the hands of Beckham. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Stafford. And that is incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Fournette. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Fournette. Now a timeout called for by the defense, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for Tampa Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for L.A., they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.